Hey all, it's Space System here. I think it's Cal out at the minute, so um, probably be the one going through this mostly. Um, Today's video, or this week's video, is a run through of what D&D classes various system members would be. Um, because we wanted to include the options for multiclassing and subclasses, we are assuming level 5 for this in general, which may or may not, you know, these aren't full character sheets or anything, it's just class multi or classes and subclasses along with some reasoning. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first we have Fall Off. Um Fall Off is a bard, College of Glamour. Why we say that is obviously Fall Off is quite charismatic a lot of the time. Is often effectively the face of the system in that Fall Off is one of the better at maintaining our singlet sonar and being the one out and about when especially when we're tired and struggling. Bit of a jack of all trades, some ability to do okay in most things at least, and actually quite inspiring because that it's inspiring to have someone around who can actually get shit done, if that makes sense. Stabby, multi-class barbarian monk. 3 levels in barbarian for Path of Berserker, and then the final 2 levels in monk. This is quite simple in many ways. Being a personified weapon, and very full of anger, it makes sense that you'd take monk to go. Well, yes, because the way monks work is that their body becomes a weapon, and barbarian, especially berserker path, because anger fuels them, right? That's so that makes complete sense, really. Got Brain, who is a wizard, Scorvolution, and the white is because I am one peasants, and yeah, okay, cool. It makes some level of sense, but it's quite a rude way of putting it. But regardless, an intelligence-based caster, very much focused on deception and mind control stuff, illusions, making things seem not as they are, all that sort of thing. Very much up Brain Street. You've got Cal, Ranger, Hunter, um, Wise. I mean, I I didn't write this. I mean, I agreed to have this written, but still, not. Yeah, okay, get it. I'm not the most useful person in the system. Cool. I'd seem helpful. I'm co-host. I should be helpful. I can, in theory, be helpful. I'm often not, though. And yes, okay, that's a little rude to Rangers, but it's kind of the truth. And but it can actually be quite helpful in a limited circumstances, but in those circumstances, good to have me around. So yeah, um, there should be more to say given this is me, but it feels like it sums it up reasonably well, if a little less positively than I would have liked. But there we are. Vamps, wild magic sorcerer. Um, why? Well, because uh, let's face it, what vampire doesn't have magic inherent to them, and vamps is not quite controlled enough to be written off as um any other form of sorcerer. Um, but also definitely a charisma caster there, and there's no doesn't want the expectation of actually being a people person. Which, let's face it, vampires generally often aren't seen as, and nor are sorcerers. Even though, you know, still charisma casters. So you thought the potential was there at least, but no. Got Kamraig, who, 4 levels in sorcerer, and Draconic Bloodline, specifically red. because Red Dragon, um, and a leveling bard. Uh, not that's not enough to get any specialization, so I haven't specified one there. Not sure what it would be if went. Don't know. Don't know if they'd ever be one leveling bard. Regardless, um, uh, why Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer? In large part because we tried to keep this two classes almost in Dungeons and Dragons exclusively, rather than adding in monster manuals and stuff and things like that. Otherwise, it just would have taken Red Dragon because that's yeah. And the Leveling Bard is where obviously they work well together, both charisma things, but also the inspirational side of things and the skills with languages specifically as well, which we know aren't des- definitively Bard, but they're very Bard adjacent. Yeah, and then we've got Red Sphere, who um, Eldritch Knight Fighter. Yeah, uh, apparently, don't know if I disagree with this, but Red Sphere feels like mm, they have to be it has to be the sensible one and responsible one, which I think is a little ruled of errors, but there we are. You know, Red Terror's right. Um, and Arrow also has good control of the body and knows how to fight, but isn't isn't entirely mundane, right? Error is not just a human sitting around with some skill sets, right? So, it's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Sedna, Druid, Soak of the Land, why? Obviously, a reasonable capability for independence, which Druids often are far more capable of that. Not always, of course, but Druids tend to be the class best suited to just getting stuff done on their own in many ways. Um, there's a definitive desire to just retreat away into nature, and there's understandably quite fed up with civilization and people. So, you know, bad experiences in the past and all that. Yeah. Okay. Got empty. Paladin, Oath of Redemption. This is kind of a follow-on from okay, yes, empty's mostly been an emotional protector, really for us, but it moves on well enough into yeah, okay, cool. In this hypothetical setting, move into doing physical protection instead because emotional protection isn't needed in the same way. So doing a lot of tanking and some healing ability because it's what empty offers anyway. Effectively, it's just in a different setting, so that makes a lot of sense. And Oath of Redemption because there's stuff in the you know feels like there's a long way to go in terms of um, healing and being the best person possible. Still, at least that's how Empty feels for themselves. So trying to redeem themselves. Not necessarily sure I'd agree that that's needed, but it's their journey. So, and then we've got Tech Savvy, who Artificer, specifically a Battlesmith. The why? I mean, it's Tech Savvy. There was no way Tech Savvy wasn't going to be an Artificer, right? Let's face it. Of course, the AI that helps out with all the tech stuff is going to be the Artificer who does all the tech stuff. Let's face it. And Battlesmith, well, Tech Savvy already has a drone, right? Tech Savvy already basically does the Battlesmith stuff of having drones. So, yeah, that's why. It's just what Tech Savvy already does. got Crash and Burn, who don't hear much about. They haven't come out much, but they wanted to be part of this. So Pact of the Blade, Warlock, and then the fiends that they made a pact with as well. Um, the why is I don't know. Ask them. And the problem here is both of them say that every time. Right? We ask them for any clarification, and all we get is, yeah, no, that's the dynamic, and not even which one of them is which, or anything more than that, or why. It's just, no, this is the answer you're getting. You get no more. We are a warlock and the fiend, and you will do not get to find out who is which, or why. Uh, okay, cool. But we don't know. They gave us an answer. Didn't want to leave them out, even if they are being a little unclear and vague. But it's there, right? So, there we go. Crash and Burn. Got Factoid, who um really thought was, yeah, whatever. Rogue, Arcane Trickster. Um and in direct quotes, I'm not around until I surprise you. Which, actually kind of fits. If you've interacted with us and Factoid has turned up, a lot of time it is just, oh, here's this random fact, surprise, and then gone again. It's like, okay, didn't know you were watching or paying attention. Cool. So, yeah, it fits really quite well in that it's just popping up, make you surprising people, and then leaving again, which very fits rogues and especially trickstery ones. Okay. Um, Cleaning, who don't know if anyone, don't know if it's been mentioned before. Unsure, but regardless, cleric, life domain, because uh, someone needs to patch this lot up. There's not that it's not that much for a shift from patching up a physical space, and I already know a bit about first aid. It's like it fits far too well. So just patch this lot up all over again. There's plenty to do out here on that. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. That's it. Ending. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of thing. Guess the system will catch you next time. Even I might be me. Who knows? See you all later. Yeah. Bye.